During the 2018-2019, we continue to experience and believe that with God, all things are possible. With the Lord's blessing and grace, the Armenian Evangelical Church in Syria continued its mission by growing in Christian fellowship and service, especially under the terrible circumstances ruling in Syria as a result of the ongoing war. During the past year, our churches kept their doors open to fellow worshippers, and besides their regular Sunday worship services, held special services on Christmas, Easter, Palm Sunday, and other occasions, which were followed by formal and social receptions. Special ceremonies and commemoration services were held in the memory of the victims of Spidak earthquake disaster in 1988, the 104th commemoration of the Armenian genocide, and the victory of Avaray battle, the 138th anniversary of the founding of the Christian Endeavor Union, the celebration of the 28th independence of Armenia, and teachers honoring ceremony. Unfortunately, all churches belonging to the Armenian evangelical community were attacked during the war in Syria, particularly the Armenian Evangelical Emmanuel Church that was targeted and bombed several times. The church suffered heavy damages in January 2016. However, with God's grace and the general financial support that the church received from AMAA and the church affiliated donors, we were able to rebuild the house of God, and on December 2nd, 2018, we happily rededicated the church to the service of the Lord for many generations to come. On Sunday, December 23, 2018, the Armenian Evangelical Community organized a special worship service of gratitude in Emmanuel Church, commemorating the centennial of the Armenian Missionary Association of America, AMAA. The evangelical community was never spared the social activities and all the fun and leisure people could find under our umbrella. Alongside Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter celebrations, leadership and teachers training seminars for Armenian evangelical schools, teachers, Sunday school, youth and junior group leaders, juniors retreat, Armenian evangelical churches, family retreat, and many other gatherings and kermes organized by the church. Another focal point was the participation of 80 individuals of all ages in the family retreat in Kasabkajak, August 2018. As in previous year, this year the daily vacation Bible schools were held at our churches in Aleppo and Kasab during the summers of 2018-2019 and were attended by over 150 children aged 4 to 12. The Armenian evangelical community in Syria enjoys a fine taste in art. Hence, cultural activities are the epicenter of all our activities. It is the 12th annual concert held by the Army's Musical Conservatory on July 22, 2018. The Armenian evangelical churches in Syria continue to provide social services and relief programs. Besides this financial aid that was provided to families and students on various occasions, food and clothing coupons, kids programs, winter fuel allowance, and blanket distribution, Christmas and Easter aid, the Bethel Polyclinic distributed medication and provided healthcare to more than 15,000 patients since its establishment. Today, the Bethel Polyclinic has become an advanced health center that is capable of handling more than 12 specialties delivered to patients by healthcare professionals recognized for their excellence and medical assistance. The church kept extending financial assistance for medical surgeries and hospital expenses to those in immediate need as well. As an effort to open the path of social service to our students, we took them on a special Christmas visit to the Armenian Orphanage and Seniors Retirement Home. On February 24, 2019, a science fair took place at the Armenian Evangelical Bethel Church Poladian Hall. Considering the psychological damages done to people during the war and the high unemployment rate along with the increasing inflationary pressure in Syria, we felt the need to expand our services and provide the community with self-development and skill programs. Thus, on September 15, 2018, the Armenian Evangelical Community in Syria, along with Kerkinakti and in cooperation with MECC, launched a project of vocational training and rehabilitation at the Bethel Church campus. The graduation ceremony was held on February 15, 2019. Upon completion of the course, and the graduates gathered at Bethel Church to receive their certificate of achievement, entrepreneurial skills and business management. 60 successful participants of the course were selected among their peers for the commitment and best score results. The participants were very surprised and touched when Reverend Haruchun Selimian distributed special toolkits to establish and continue their own startups, which resulted in launching 60 small businesses initiatives in Aleppo. During the 2019, the Armenian Evangelical Community in Syria hosted special guests from USA, Canada, England, Hungary, and various countries. Rehabilitation and reconstruction of people's homes, workplaces, churches, and schools is considered a major step towards providing shelter and financial security for those striving for a decent life and a better future. Some churches have been reconstructed, but Misakyan Cultural Center in Kesab remains in a devastated condition until today. Alongside with the churches, schools in our community continue delivering quality education and preserve the educational level at its best. This year, our 6 schools in Syria welcomed their students and provided them with proper education. The schools held their traditional annual graduation ceremonies as a result of our successful educational model. It was easier for our students to score higher grades on national tests, both on 9th grade and the Syrian governmental baccalaureate exams. which paved the way for the admission by credible universities in and out of Syria. Due to the high-quality educational academics, the number of students enrolling in our school has increased dramatically. However, despite our readiness to admit all applicants to our schools, we are facing increasing financial deficit within our budget as more scientific equipment are required for our schools, alongside the need of requalification programs to our teachers. Beyond education and academics, the need to provide professional psychological guidance and treatments to traumatized students has become more persistent.
Այս հայավետարանական Փեթել եկեղեցիի տանիքն է, ըստ երևույթին արդեն գրեթե 100 տարեկան գլա այս տանիքին, ծածկին, ընդհանուր թվացին։
It is still premature to call Syria a post-conflict state. However, the restoration of the country, especially the churches, schools, and Bethel Polyclinic as related to facilities and institutions cannot be postponed, and it is necessary to start with targeted measures to improve quality of life and promote community development. With the generous monetary donation for our supporters, we have this pleasure to announce that the renovation process have started last month. Armenian Evangelical Bethel Church, Armenian Evangelical Schools in Aleppo, Bethel Polyclinic, and sports court on the campus of Aleppo College for Girls. We believe that restoring for our destructed buildings will create more sustainable environment for our community. As the Armenian Evangelical community in Syria, we will continue our relief programs, adding new ministries for 2020-2021. Educational sphere. Preparing curriculum policy for the nursery school. Organizing summer school various courses for weak and slow learner students. Replacing the old burnt school buses with the new ones. Social sphere. Implementing social development projects, extending Army's musical conservatory to enrich the musical interests of the new generation. Creating job opportunities for women in the community, the organizing vocational training programs, setting up a personal loan system to provide the people with the capital to get their businesses started again, establishing a new community center, starting a major renovation of the Kichak summer camp in Kesan. We praise the Lord for such a fruitful year of worship and service. We also pray and wish that by our faith and the wisdom coming from Him, we will continue to work hard to complete the mission entrusted to us.